Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and fizzing good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Season 9, Episode 38, Chris. Now, Chris, do you remember those legendary days when we get one-star reviews that say something like, these guys don't know anything about women? Well, fucking get your fucking tin hat on. Because I have things to say, Chris, about this crop of girls. But before I get onto my high horse, where would you like to start today?
Well, you're going to get straight on that horse, Dave, because I'm with you. So we're going to start with what was billed as movie night, Dave. Now, we all go through life. At 44 years old, I've gone through life, and these many times, many times, I've been disappointed. And if I want to be disappointed on a daily basis, Dave, I can just stand naked in front of a mirror, my friend. But we were promised fucking movie night, and all we got was 45 minutes of fucking Olivia. Why? Nobody knows, because it was utter fucking bullshit, this episode. We get Olivia. Kai, can I have a word with you, please? Go over there, having a chat. Kai's like, I'm eating my toast. Well, do you want to eat that? No. Oh, come on. I'm not interested, Olivia. Yeah, but I just want... I'm really not bothered. I do not care. You are happy. I'm happy. Let's just agree to disagree. No, but why? And the guy throws his toast, and it's quite comical. Fucking through a tantrum. No, it was a fucking piece of fucking wholemeal. But it was just like, Kai's not interested. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And what fucks me off about this whole scenario with Olivia, not only is she delusional, and I don't know what planet she's living on. And you're right, I do not understand women. Well, I don't understand Olivia, actually. Let's say that, to be correct. And I don't, not that I don't want anyone having a go at us, but I just, we call out bad behaviour, and all I'm seeing, and the guys are all knobs who went into Casa Amor and cheated, and that. I'm not, exonerating them. But all I'm seeing is the girls sticking up for Olivia. For what?
Yep.
No fucker is telling her, you're wrong. Nobody's saying to you. The only one who sort of did was Sanam, because she's with Kai and she actually has a perspective. She has his perspective. That's fine. And she did sort of say to Olivia, he just wants to quash it. But Olivia, I don't get it, Dave. I think she really likes him, and it was a game plan, and I said it was a redemption arc she wanted, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck. And I think she wants him even more now, because he's probably one of the only guys ever to reject her. And that's what I think's doing her head in.
Well, Tom as well, but, she's forgotten about Tom seemingly now. Oh, Chris, you are so right. I mean, honestly, I'm going to put Sanam over to the side in this when I make this statement, but these girls are dicks, and Olivia is queen fucking dick, right? Honestly, it's so frustrating to watch her, but that would be annoying enough on its own. But the fact that everyone backs her up, the fucking hypocrisy is oozing out of the girls, Chris. It is unbelievable. And, obviously we were taking the piss out of Kai because he just seems a bit dull, really. But I have got more and more into his corner. And even like when he's throwing the fucking toast, you can see, Chris, it takes energy to bite your lip and just, when you feel aggrieved about something, but you're just trying to not cause conflict or whatever, you're trying to bite your lip, it takes energy. But then it happens more and more, and it takes more energy. Eventually, you're going to fucking snap. And it's just, honestly, the fucking monotone voice does my head in the first place, but it is the actual things that she's saying. She's saying like, oh, yeah, but because you did this. Oh, because you chose Chloe. Oh, well, that just proves you're fake. Like, what? Wait, how did you get to that conclusion? And can't you see that he's just trying to avoid this conflict? Because you guys don't have an amicable relationship. So when we're having this game, you know what? He's going to choose everyone before he chooses you. Because as soon as you've come back with Maxwell in tow from Casa Amor, you've been a fucking dick. So he wants to see nothing of you at all. And you are fucking obsessed with him. Chris, she never fucking shuts up about him. And part of this is it's got to be the editors, but she has to make the fucking statement. So even if 90% of the rest of the day she's not, the stuff we don't see, maybe she's not talking about Kai, but in a 24-hour period, she is absolutely going on about Kai fucking relentlessly. And it just does my head in. And the fact that he walked off, I don't see what else he could have done. What was he going to do? Stand there or sit there rather and just take it, take these, monotone accusations about being fake or whatever. It's like, oh, well, why do you think I'm not genuine? Yeah. And she's just stuck in a fucking loop that is so boring to watch. Well, I say it's boring. It's kind of, it's not exciting, but it's infuriating. And I tell you what, I'm massively disappointed in the girls, to be honest, because Sammy especially, just fucking backs her up. They all just repeat what Olivia's saying. And I agree with fucking everything that Kai has said. And he's gone on about, he was chatting to Sanam initially. And actually, I've got something to say about her as well in a sec. And saying it has been different since he's come back because, he seems like a principled guy. And the fact that Olivia is so fucking hypocritical and Tanya, massive fucking hypocrite as well. He can't bring himself to give that fake smile. To me, everything he's doing is the opposite of being fake. It's not putting on the fake smiles. It's not suffering fools gladly. And I tell you what, as much as Kai is doing that, I think Sanam seems to have the patience of a fucking saint. She has to sit there while they're doing the makeup and everything, listen to Olivia fucking slagging off Kai, and listen to the chorus of the rest of the girls fucking agree. They're all saying, Chris, oh yeah, Kai just needs to drop it. Are you fucking kidding me? Drop it. He has been trying to drop it since the moment she walked in with Max. So, Chris, tonight has absolutely infuriated me.
Dave, I'm with you. And I've got a couple of others on fucking shit corner as well because Claudia, another fucking no-mark fake.
What a knob.
Yeah, what a bellend. She's backing her up, just fucking slagging him off. Then, you know what, Dave? I know I'm going to get some stick for this because she's popular and everything. But I don't like Jessie now at all. Jessie is so fucking fake. And she's there going, oh, it's disgusting. He doesn't deserve to treat you like this. And I'm like, Jessie, shut the fuck up, you tryhard. You are just in there for the fucking clicks now. Honestly, Dave, I don't like Jessie. And I thought the whole thing with Will was weird. Yes, Will cheated. She is getting her fucking magnifying glass out to see where Will... Now, Will had made some admission, and we'll get into them in a second, but just go back to Olivia. He's like, why are you enabling this girl? All of you are around her. Olivia's there, again, looking where the camera is. Is the camera on me? He's like,
oh my God, when she went off. Chris, I fucking knew it was coming. So she was having the conversation with Max, and he's in a bit of a vulnerable position, isn't he? He's still new. He's not accepted wholly by the group, so he's really there. His main tie is Olivia. But you could see that he's dying to just say, will you fucking drop it? This is ridiculous. And actually, you're making me feel a bit shit because this obsession with Kai that you just keep going on about, that's what he really wanted to say. But because they're so new, he can't say all of that stuff. But, he says a slight little thing which Olivia doesn't like. And then the next minute, come on, gather round, girls. This is how to cry. And I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew the tears were coming. And it's like, oh my God. It is manipulation to a new level.
It is. And Shaq actually said, he went, why is she in tears? What's going on? He's like, why is she in tears? There was no reason behind it. It's just ridiculous. And I'm seeing that all over social media. It's not just me and you, because I'm fully aware at times that, we don't mean to, but we probably will have a male bias on some of the things. We try and be down the middle, don't we? But it does happen. And like having Jo on last week, it was great to have that female perspective and these things that we don't see that she does, and we agree, disagree. But there is perspective there. And I can't, I honestly, it's the bad behavior. I'm just like, what is going on? And we had this for 45 minutes. Even when she went on a date with Maxwell, she still said, "Oh, I've been here before." It's like, you're still going on about Kai, and you mentioned him.
I was here with Kai.
Yeah.
Bit more windy back then. Yeah. What do you think of Kai? He's an arsehole, isn't he? Yeah, I don't like Kai. Honestly, Chris, I reckon all of the footage that we don't see, she's like, toilet seat up. It was Kai that. Oh, who's left the top off the milk? Bet it was Kai.
Yeah. It's just Kai.
Everything in the villa is Kai's fault. And the obsession is unbelievable. I don't recall from all the seasons of Love Island that we've seen, I don't recall an obsessive person like this. And it is all about that rejection. It is all about, no, come on, just say it. There's a different reason to, like, you just don't like me, because that is impossible.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
She's searching for something. And all Kai wants to do is just fucking drop it. Let me focus on me and Sanam, and that is it. And she's not allowing him to do that. But the surprising thing, because we've had Olivia pegged as a narcissist from very early on, so that in itself isn't surprising. Like I say, the enabling that the girls do is the surprising bit for me. No one is fucking saying, well, it is kind of you. I'll tell you what, can we go, Olivia, maybe 24 hours without mentioning Kai? Just try it, give it a go, and see how it goes. No, it's fucking Kai. You just won't leave it, will he?
It's ridiculous. And I think even the only thing that may resolve it, and Lana did actually sort of agree with Kai, was when he sat down with Lana, Kai, and had a chat when she was on a date. Again, a date nobody cares about, because we had so much time wasted on this. It's like fucking false advertising isn't even in it, is it? It's like, why advertise movie night and we don't even see anything until the last fucking 10 minutes?
To be fair, I thought we were going to get... we got a little bit more, because once you get in like 10, 15 minutes in, I'm like, oh, motherfuckers, they're going to do this again. The last thing will be they'll get a text, oh, it's movie night, and that's it, and you've got to wait till tomorrow. So they showed a little bit more, but again, it is false advertising, you're right.
Yeah, it is. It's absolute nonsense. And then also we've got Jesse and Will. And now Will is the one who cheated. Jesse's right to pull him up. She'd got over it, but she hasn't got over it. Now, I can't work out whether it's part of the game. She knows what's coming. She said Will was different. Everyone was saying their energy was different as a couple. And it was he had admitted it. See, what everyone should realise is all the ones who cheated, so Will, Tom, Casey, he did cheat, but they were hardly together. And then you've got Tanya.
Don't tell Claudia, because they're married with 3 kids.
They were getting a
concerned.
They've got a mortgage fucking proposal and everything, I believe. But yeah, they've all been very sketchy with what's actually happened. Obviously, if you're going to do something like that, you better just tell them the truth. And if they don't like it, you're not together, because they're going to show it. You're on a fucking TV show. They're going to revel in this shit. We're going to revel in this shit. So obviously, they show that bit with Shaq about grafting, and Will's like, yeah, I'm grafting. Yeah, I'm grafting. Next minute, he's with Layla. They kiss, and then for some reason, Jesse was like, "What? Wait, what? You didn't knock it off after the first night?" He's like, well, I don't really think it matters whether it was the first night, the second night, or the third night. Ultimately, he cheated. It's not right. It's up to you whether you forgive him or not. She forgive him. They show the bit in the bed. These two are on the rocks now, Dave. I mean, we've already had the redemption thing. We've already had the love bollocks the other week. The dancing frogs. Will he's sorry. Yeah, whatever. The other day. Yeah. It's just bollocks. So I'm just off Jessie completely, Dave. I'm not saying I'm a massive Will fan, but I'm off Jessie. I just think she's becoming across as very, very fake these last few days. And the more she sides with Olivia, the even more I dislike her.
Yeah, I mean, that last bit, I definitely agree with. I mean, again, I've got something to say about Jessie and her role in some of the movie night bit, but just focusing on her and Will. Now, you found out Will cheated, right? You spoke to the girls, and you have made the choice to forgive him and move on. Bit too soon, in my opinion. But you have made that choice, Jesse. But now she wants to hold it over him, like, and keep coming back to it. It's like, oh yeah, we love each other, but lies, Will. If you've lied to me, then that's it. It's done. She keeps coming back to it, and I just don't think that's practical. And I mean, you said about the fakeness. I don't know if this bit is fake. I mean, it might be, of course, but it's kind of like, look, if you're going to decide to get over this infidelity, then that's what you've got to do. And everything that happens is now in your court. But no, what she's doing is she's saying, "Oh yeah, I love you. Camera's there. Oh yeah, look how much we love each other." But then she keeps coming back to these little snipey comments with him and stuff, and like, I don't know what Will can do any more than he's already done. And I just feel like, yeah, she's getting a bit boring now in terms of just keep coming back to this stuff. But Chris, I can't wait for tomorrow night, though, and see what do they actually show. Because we all saw it. The way he was, there was no, like, he was just sat there and Layla came across and planted one on him. No, it was the other way around. He was the one being very flirty and like going in for the kiss and stuff. And I think when, she sees that, she might have a big, big problem with it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think as well is their journey. This is make or break, because you've had the redemption thing. I don't think you're going to have another redemption arc. We've already had it. No. I just don't see where that goes. So, yeah, let's see on that, Dave. I'm interested because, look, finally we've got some drama. These last week we've had a couple of iffy episodes, but we've had some good ones as well. And I was
just said three quarters of it.
The end bit. Three quarters of it.
But, it was bloody the Olivia show.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Olivia, Dave, but the end bit is what I fucking paid my money for, Dave. So I will say, we get to see that bit, but then we get one of the best Love Island moments ever for me. One of the greatest moments ever. So we get them picking the Tanya video, Dave, don't we? So
can we save that one, because I got I mean, what did you think of the Casey video? Because I mean, I said it at the time, he's like a kid who's had too much sugar when he went into Casa Amor. And, for me, was a bit over the top. But then I don't really have a horse in the race either, because I think he's fairly justified in being a bit perplexed how Claudia, she seems to, I'm not sure if she's like mirroring the other girls, because like the other girls have had longer relationships. You were literally in there for 2 or 3 days together. That was it. You were pretty much single, as Cassie said. So I don't know. I thought Cassie was a bit in the wrong. I thought he was over the top a bit. He was just like behaving in a really childish way, and was fully prepared to enjoy the full Casa Amor experience. But then again, Claudia is like, well, I don't really care. Let's get back together and stuff. Again, she's made that choice, but then she keeps coming back to it, and she keeps acting as if they've been together for ages. And I don't even know. For me, I don't even know if what Cassie does constitutes cheating.
Yeah,
when you're together for 2 days, does it?
Not really, and even I think you're right. I have no skin, because if you remember when he came back and said he'd kissed 2 girls, she was laughing because poor Cynthia was crying, bore the brunt of it, didn't she? And she thought it was hilarious. So it's like, you were fine with it the other day. Is it now because, like you said, is she going on because the other girls are outraged because their partners have cheated? You think, oh, fuck this, I need to do the same. I need to kick off, because she wasn't bothered. Her entry point into having a go at Casey was that point. That was it. That was the point when he come back from Casa. So I don't know. I know it's not nice seeing the videos. Like, I can't imagine being in that situation. So I'm not saying it's a great thing to see, but they weren't together. They weren't a couple. Casey even said to her the other day, if someone comes in here and you like him, you need to explore it. He's not fucking bothered. He's made it pretty clear. So I just think she's playing up to the cameras, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm sort of done with that couple now. I thought, they, like I say, when Casa, I mean, it's horrible timing for them, maybe you could say, but, at the time of Casa Amor, they just got to know each other and they sort of thought, you know what, we get on quite well. And then that's it. Casa Amor hits. So I don't know. I just feel like because the other girls have had deeper relationships. Well, I'd say the other girls and boys, they've had these deeper relationships, and there's this outrage in the air. I'm not sure if she's just picking up on that and thinking, "Oh, I should behave like this as well."
Yes, yeah. I honestly, that's exactly what I think as well. I do honestly. So
no,
Dave,
I wanted to keep this. I wanted to come to the Tanya stuff later. So, I mean, what did you make to that? I mean, we saw Tanya getting very, very close to Martin. Chris, fucking Martin with his popcorn, inject it into my veins. Honestly, it's fucking brilliant. Especially, yesterday we were talking about, he's had a bit of a fucking shit time in there, really, and the fact that he's been hung out to dry and the group don't seem to accept him or give a shit about anything that he's saying or how he's feeling at all. He was just fucking loving it, and so was I.
Yeah, honestly, one of the best moments, the memes that are going to come off that popcorn thing. I mean, I was spreading the picture around when he's laughing his fucking cock off eating popcorn. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Because what was bad? So bit of perspective. The guys who have cheated on the girls' friends have said, like, what bastards they are, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to hear all about Will. We're going to hear about Tom, and we're going to hear about Casey, because Tom's reveal is going to be tomorrow night. Do you think we're going to get the same energy from all them girls towards Tanya, what she's done to Shaq? Do we fuck, Dave? They are going to back her to the hill. And I'll tell you what, talk about a pantomime baddie. Jesus. I mean, you could see her cringing at the stuff with Martin, that like little tiger motion. I'm doing it now. Rah, and I was just saying, ooh. And she's going on about the vibe and all the stuff she'd laughed to with Shaq, then in bed. And it's that classic line of, Martin kissed me.
Yeah,
all right. Oh, he did he? Yeah.
Did
he forcefully kiss you on your head? Did he grab your head and push you towards him and you couldn't get out of it? Don't think so, Tanya. You blagger. She was cringing. You could see her. But as soon as Shaq went at her, she was then trying to, she kept going, what was that you said? Because she was trying to think what to say. She was being really disrespectful. And honestly, when she gets backed into a corner, it's not a good look, Dave. And I think she's in the wrong. I think it's horrible what she did. She's gaslighting Shaq. And again, Shaq's silly. If he takes her back again after this, because she's lied, just like Will has, just like Tom and Casey, they're all as bad as each other. She's played Shaq as the other guys have played the other girls. That's fine. No problem. It's part of Love Island. But it's the way she's having a go at Shaq like it's Shaq's fault. And Marty's just sat there going, I don't give a fuck. You're a liar. He called her a liar to her face on numerous occasions. And he's right, because she give him a load of fucking pony as well. And that's why he was fucking annoyed with her.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, she absolutely does double down, doesn't she? Even when she's essentially caught out there. Because like you say, when lying is when you're manipulating the words that you use to paint a very different picture. And we see this on Love Island all the time, don't we? We say about, you watch an event and then the two people go away and describe it in completely different ways. And, if someone's in the wrong, they'll describe it in a very soft way, as if it kind of happened, but they didn't really have that much of a choice about it. So, she's not on her own there. What I found was funniest, though, was that when Casey's basically saying, because the way Casey responded was very similar to how Tanya responded. He's saying, well, actually, he was defending himself, but he was essentially saying, we'd only been together for a few days. I said I was going to enjoy the Casa Amor experience, and I told you about what happened. And then Claudia's saying, well, you didn't say about inviting her into your bed. And I was kind of thinking, well, it seemed to be a very mutual thing, that. But he was defending himself. Jesse was like, just fucking own it. Stop trying to defend yourself and just own it. Oh, but when Tanya's doing the same, Jessie doesn't say a fucking word, Chris.
No.
So it is okay. It is okay for Tanya to do that. It is essentially the same. So yeah, I just, again, the hypocrisy is just oozing out. And again, I think Tanya says something like, "Oh yeah, it's just because he's seen it. It hurts more when he's seen it." So they're almost like saying, "Oh, he feels wrong, but he's been told all of this, but seeing that's why Shaq might be a little bit upset." No, you misrepresented what fucking happened, and Martin's laughing his head off there because he knew. He was saying about, she's a liar and whatever, but no one wanted to listen. That added to his enjoyment. But yeah, all the girls start, they do that thing again, like they do with Olivia. They just repeat, "Oh yeah, Shaq's just upset because he's seen it. Yeah, he knew everything before, but he didn't see it, so it hurts more now." It's just like, oh, fuck off, the lot of you.
I can't wait, Dave. It was so infuriating. But again, the end bit, like I say, the whole episode was crap up to that bit. But once we got that, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And it was excellent stuff. I really, really enjoyed the end bit of this episode. And we've got more to come. We're obviously going to get 15, 20 minutes, and then we're going to get a fallout on the next episode of what transpires. What do you think with the Tom situation, Dave, with Sammy? Because again, they weren't together. It's like Kai and Olivia. Kai and Olivia got together just by the fact that they had to. All of a sudden, they both decided there was a connection that nobody had seen because they weren't with anyone. And that's how they got together. It's like, say, it wasn't like they were Ron and Lana or Will and Jesse and they got together literally from the get-go. They were just a couple, say, a week before who used to have some shit conversations and just there was a bit of a kiss and that was it. There wasn't a proper connection between them. And the same with Sammy and Tom. I don't know. I've not bought into them as a couple at all, Dave. I just think, no. And Tom has cheated. He'll get his just desserts on this. But I don't think I'm invested in the fallout, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm here for it, but I just don't believe I'm going to be that bothered about what happens.
I mean, you're saying about them not being a real couple, but I think you're forgetting the Shakespeare-esque poem, Chris. The literary genius that we heard that thawed out, Sammy's position and, forgave him for everything, it seems. So, yeah, no, joking aside, I don't care about him either, to be honest. And like I say, it's the same with the Jessie situation. She's made that choice. She's made the choice to say, okay, you've told me what you did. I'm going to get past it because you wrote a shit poem. You can't then go back and say, oh, well, now because I've seen it, that's different. Because I don't think Tom, to be fair to him, I don't think he's misrepresented what happened. Yeah. I might be misremembering that myself, but I don't think he has in the same way, like Tanya, just as soon as she walked in, I said, oh, sorry, I brought a speed bump with me. I don't think Tom has been quite the same. So, yeah, I tell you what, I think as well, because of Sammy's position in backing up Olivia, she's almost like trying to dislodge Lana as like a top general, by just agreeing to everything. Oh yeah, Kai's an arsehole, isn't he? I just dislike her more, to be honest. Yeah,
it's just unbelievable. And Dave, and you know what's quite interesting? We've got emails as well talking about this whole situation. So are you all right to fire some away?
Let's go. Oh, in fact, just before we do, I mean, what are your predictions? I mean, where do Tanya and Shaq go from here?
I don't know. I mean, he forgave her quite easily, didn't he, the other day? I think they'll end up back together. I think they probably he's just blowing off steam because he's seen it now. I think she's bullshitted him. She's got away with it once. She's going to get away with it again, Dave. The Will and Jesse one I'm a bit concerned about. Fucking concerned. I'm not.
Really fucking concerned
really
as
fucking
well.
Bothered. I don't know what's going to go on there because Jesse's really transfixed on all this stuff. It's Will's doing. That's the end of it. It's Will's doing all this, but I don't know. I can't buy into any of the crap. It'll probably end up being Casey and Claudia who stay together out of all of it more than the other three.
Possibly. I mean, to be honest, Chris, out of all of this lot, I'm all for Kai and Sanem.
Yes, me too.
Give them the top prize right now. I in the last vote, I didn't bother. I'm like, I can't be arsed. This vote, I'm fucking straight on there. So just the rest of them, I just do not like for different reasons. And I mean, yeah, like the whole Will and Jesse thing. Joe said last week, didn't she, that Will was just, it's not a setup, it's not deliberate, it's not fake. He just was caught up in the situation, and because someone was saying all the right things. I mean, I don't think that excuses him, but I'm wondering if it is a bit more clumsy than it is deliberate. Because if it is deliberate by them, which is what I kind of felt could be the case before, well, they're doing a shit job of it right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because if it was deliberate, you wouldn't say, I know what the viewers want. They want us to go over old ground again and again and again. Yeah. So that's why I think maybe it's not a deliberate thing, and maybe it's what Joe said, and Will was just caught up in the moment. But I think, honestly, especially if this was in the real world, could they pretend for another 2 fucking weeks of their lives, Chris, that they're over it, to just get the public vote and finish where they finish? Or are they going to have to resolve this within the 2 weeks? I just don't know. I'd say, why wouldn't you just fucking pretend you're okay with it? But yeah, let's see.
Good response, Dave. So good response. So we've had an email from Robin, and she's put, long-time listener, first-time emailer. I've watched Love Island from the start, and never have I liked a group of girls in the villa as much as this season. I find Sammy and Jessie the most genuine, and they are okay as individuals, but as part of the wider group are just as bad as the rest. The double standard narrative being pushed by all the girls is problematic, and as a woman, I find it very interesting that in a year where male behaviour hasn't been as toxic as usual, it is leaving space for the girls to display this kind of behaviour. Olivia is a complete narcissist, but the rest of the girls are so easily manipulated by her. At this point, I don't see her as the only problem. I love how Kai stood up to her, but that has put him on her hit list, and already her tried and tested character assassination tactics have started to work. Claudia has some kind of main character syndrome, and honestly, when she speaks, I zone out. She has an unkind energy, especially how she shows such disregard of Cynthia's feelings by getting so upset that Casey said sorry to her. I'm glad Casey wasn't comfortable with the stance she took on Tanya's behaviour versus his and Tom's. I think he's starting to get the ick. Tanya is incapable of taking any responsibility for her actions unless the results of not doing so affect her situation or what she wants. Tanya completely gaslit Martin in the lead up to her speech to Shaq and continued to do so afterwards. Even though Martin had been proven right, to say she didn't have time to tell Martin about the kiss is a lie, and Martin said she's a liar, which is correct. They aren't any boys I particularly like, except Shaq, who's honest, straightforward, considerate of others, and true to himself. These are all traits I value in a person. I have many thoughts, some more positive, but I think that's enough for my first email. Tom and Sammy for the win, but only if Sammy stops being so brainwashed by the other problematic girls. I miss the old Sammy who was a real friend to Tanyel. I'll call you guys out properly for complaining too much about how the show is made in my next email, if there ever is one. Thanks for a great show, Robin. So cracking email that, Dave.
It is a cracking email, and I'm not sure if I just had a brain fart at the start there. My ears heard you say, never have I liked a group of girls in the villa as much as this season. It actually says disliked. So when you were reading it out, I was like, because the next bit goes on to slate them all, and it's like, huh? So I don't know. It may just be me mishearing it, but it's definitely disliked.
Disliked. She definitely dislikes Dave.
Yeah, and you know what? That is a brilliant, brilliant point about the guys being less toxic. Usually around this time, we're calling out the guys for certain toxic behaviour. I mean, think about this time last year. You had fucking Luca Bish, you had Jax, didn't you? You had some real negative, toxic behaviour. So you don't have that from this group of lads. But maybe that's just created space for the girls to be dicks as well.
Yeah.
And Chris, isn't that what equality's all about? The girls can be just as big a dicks as the blokes.
All right, Dave, don't talk about big dicks. There's fucking no need for that.
So, but they're being, all right, let me say tools, but I guess yeah. But anyway, I mean, it is a particularly bad look at the minute. And I just don't know. It's like, it's this weird, I tell you what, you should be able to bottle up like what Olivia has, because she is so influential. And I can't quite put my finger on why. Why are people listening to her, moaning on? But they do. They're transfixed by it. They agree with her. She's really convincing. I just don't get why it is. I'd like to know what the girls' opinions are. If they come out and they watch the show back, I'd love to know if they just think, oh, fucking hell, she was right, Dick. I bet, like, Zara's sat at home going, see? Fucking I could see it. Why couldn't you lot see it?
Yeah, it's true. That's true, Dave. Now, the other emails for one of our friends, Justine, who emailed us the other day, and it simply says, these women are the worst. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. I've written before in defense of Jessie, but I can't defend her anymore. Actually, I can't defend any girls in this villa except Sanam. All of them are, as you like you say, bellends. Jessie, I don't know if she's a game player or not, but the crying needs to stop. She decided to take Will back, so crying and making drama about the Layla thing is just annoying now. Olivia, there are no words in English or Polish to describe how much I can't stand that woman. She's acting like a mean teenage girl. Maybe that's why Kai knows exactly how to deal with her. He is a teacher after all, and he's used to dealing with moody teenagers. That's a great point, actually. Her obsession with Kai is disturbing. I don't know why Max is putting up with this, because she couldn't even go 20 minutes of their date without bringing up Kai. Claudia, why is she so far up Olivia's arse? Her and all the other girls are just enabling Olivia, and it's just not fun to watch. Also, I think she keeps forgetting that she's pretty new to the villa, and her and Casey weren't fucking married before Casa Amor. And Tanya, fucking Tanya, after her movie was played, she was gaslighting Shaq, disgusting. Instead of just admitting she did wrong, she started to attack him. I'm so mad at all the women. I just don't care about what these boys did wrong in Casa before. Nothing was bad as the constant gaslighting and enabling. I really hope Olivia gets exposed in next episode, because if not, then what is the point of this movie night even? Anyway, I really hope Kai and Sanam win this year. Only one that deserve it at this point. Have a great day, guys. So, Justin, great email, Dave. Another cracker.
Yep, absolutely great. Some great points in there. And I wasn't actually sure, because, again, I don't read these things before we come on to record. And I hadn't seen any of the social media, really, so I wasn't sure how people would be interpreting it. But it does seem across the board, at the minute at least, from these two emails, that people are also getting a bit frustrated with the girls this season.
Yeah, well, it's usually the guys being wankers, Dave, so it's quite interesting to see it. As I said before, it's difficult. Yeah, well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because we've been called out for that, for sticking up for the guys in the past.
But I don't get it, Chris, because like I said last week, I think we go after the guys more because we're guys and we know guy behavior better than we know the women behavior. I think we give, when there's an element of doubt, I think we give the benefit of the doubt a lot more. Whereas with the guys, we know, and it's like, no, come on, we know what you're up to there, mate. So yeah, I don't know. I think the thing is, when it gets messy, it's almost like people can see what they want to see, right? And they can park themselves in any corner that they're looking to defend or attack. You know what I mean? So I try not to go after the guys more, but I just think because of our perspective, that's just kind of naturally what we're going to do. And like I say, but we're always trying to just make sure we are objective, but it is so hard when it gets really, really messy.
Well, incoming 1-star reviews, David, after this. Last email is from Carol, and it simply says, one rule for the girls, another for the boys. Hello, Chris and Dave. Hope you two are doing well. I think this might be the first time in ages where I prefer the boys to the girls. Every one of those girls, bars Lana and Sanam, are absolute hypocrites and need to go in the bin. even though some of the guys have done shitty things, at least they've actually have self-awareness and most of them take accountability. The girls have so much to say about the boys, but will they then justify each other for doing the same thing? Claudia especially has no legs to stand on. She was in a couple with Casey for 5 minutes. The fact that Tanya had the audacity to defend herself while getting caught in 4K is bonkers. That girl is a master manipulator. And to be honest, the producers probably let Tanya off the hook a bit because there was definitely a lot more that could have been shown. P.S. Fingers crossed we win tonight and beat Newcastle in the final on Sunday. So that's a football reference. Great email and another Manchester United fan. So great email, Karen. Thank you so much for sending that in. So, Dave, I tell you what, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we had emails the other day, some defending some of the girls, some not. At the moment, it seems to be, and I've seen that consensus online, it seems to be like the girls are just getting a bit of stick, and we know it can change. It's Love Island. By a couple of episodes, like the boys are the worst. It happens. But I do agree. This is one of the first times that we've seen this sort of criticism of the girls.
That's because the blokes generally are
wankers.
I know. Who are a bit worse. I know. I'm not saying the girls are completely blameless, but generally the guys are a little bit worse. But I would say, again, it's not completely one way or the other, but I would say it's like at the minute, it's 55% the girls and 45% the boys. Yeah. So it's like, so I don't see Shaq going after Will for what he did, for example.
Yeah.
I don't see Shaq going after Tom.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and I use Shaq as a reference because he's been our shining light in people who call other people out when he sees something, that isn't right. And so that's just why I use him as a reference. But definitely that is, it seems less because it's not as if Shaq isn't then going, oh, what you did, girls, is fucking terrible. I mean, you could say, obviously, the movie night thing is fucking gutted, isn't he? I mean, any human being would be, And again, these two have declared love for each other. This is not Casey and Claudia, who were together for 5 minutes, as the email said. So that is the difference. That's the extra 5% for me, is that, the way, like I say, the thing that's in my mind's eye now, I can see it, like Jesse, getting really quite confrontational and saying, Casey, just admit what you've done and apologise. Tanya, well, Shaq's feelings aren't really valid, are they? It's just because he's seen it. So, yeah, it is interesting, but like you say, tomorrow night, it could all change again.
Oh, yeah, it always does. And you're right. I'm not just labelling everything because some of the guys' behaviour's been shitty. There was more cheating guys in Casa more than there was the girls, Dave. Let's not get that twisted. I'm completely, I'm fully aware of that. But let's just see how this plays out because it's just ridiculous, isn't it? And it can't be dictated by social media at times, but the consensus is at the moment that's what's going on. So let's see. And thank you for some great emails, guys. Honestly, so good. I know it's been a bit of a longer episode, but we had to delve into that today. It's a cracker. So thank you so much.
Isn't it amazing? We managed to talk almost as long as the bloody episode, take out the adverts.
I know, and how? Because the Olivia bit was boring as fuck, wasn't it? But we've still dragged it out, Dave. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's what it's about. So if you want to email us, guys, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media @cdrealitycast. As always, please go over to Facebook. 495 people now, Dave. I had a proper check. So we're getting close. We may hit 500. So please come and join us if you can, guys. If you want to support us, get over to patreon.com/cdrealitycast. So we have a new Patreon. Welcome, Helen. Thank you for joining up. We do appreciate it. So our roll call of honour is Helen, Alex, Macy, Nicola, Schmade Music, Emma, Fiona, Cassie, Megan, Kate, Maggie, Kristen, Zoe, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Chloe, Noreen, Joanna, Libby, Katie, Dee Dee, Priscilla, Susan, Hennessy, Lauren, Tracy, Lockie, Lulu Green, and Kenga Starson. So thank you so much, guys. That list is getting longer and longer, which is so nice. And I try and do it in one breath, and I can't.
That is awesome. Well, thank you very much, sir. I have to say, I can't wait for tomorrow night now. I want to see, the rest of movie night. I hope we see all of the things that we want to see. I seem to remember from last year, and I have to say, ding, ding, reality radar, right? You were saying they won't show anything yesterday, even though they have this facade that they have these games, they have these questions, and then the boys win or the girls win, so they get to make the choice. I remember from last year, they showed everything that we wanted them to show.
Yeah.
So Chris, one thing we haven't spoken about in this episode at least is we're going to see at some point Olivia forgetting Kai's name. And I want to know how the boys react to that, but I also want to know how are the girls going to react to that?
Yep.
Are they going to do the same? Are they going to just excuse it? It's like, you can forget names, can't you?
Yeah.
It's fine, Olivia. Don't worry about it. Whereas it just shows how little she actually thinks of him until, he rejected her. So, yeah, honestly, I think they're going to show everything. But let's see. I can't bloody wait, and I can't wait for the fallout.
Good stuff, mate. Right, well, I will see you tomorrow, my friend.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks to all our supporters, and we'll speak to you next time.
Bye.